Now, there was a timer. Sammy Gyamfi nya konya kotena wa TV3 do. Na okasa wa woyotua. Na okasa wi esi full stop we no. Na the NDC ayimpa ya Sammy Gyamfi amabo ni dini. Okasa wi na MPP communicator na say ha our han na man left right center on live TV. Wafam ya febutu mafama koska. Mamba ba mo the whole gist. Na unsa ka video ba mo za na share video no bi so.
Before I come to that, I have some quick refutations to make. First of all, Sammy lied when he said that for the first time in 40 years, we defaulted on our loan and that it has never happened. I have with me a letter here dated February 18, 2025 from the Africa Development Bank and was addressed to Samuel D. Amir, Director, Debt Management Division, Ministry of Finance and Economic Planning. Subject, application of sanctions, arrears on bills due on 1st January 2015. And it reads.
No, so is that February 18? What's the date?
The letter is dated February 18, 2015.
Yeah, okay, earlier you said 2025, so.
Not 2015.
Okay.
And it reads, we wish to inform you that as of today, we have not received full payment in respect of bank group bills as per the attached arrears report. Therefore, and in accordance with the bank group policy on loan arrears recovery, we wish to inform you that sanctions have been imposed on 1st February 2015. We could count on your prompt action for the timely settlement of the amounts due to enable the lifting of sanctions. So in 2015, under Mahama, we defaulted on our loan obligations to Africa Development Bank. I'm not sure 2015 to now is up to 40 years. So he lied. Number two, he said Bawumia is a chronic liar and therefore lacks the credibility to be president. And I think that as somebody who is passionately advocating for Mahama, he should be the last person to use the word credibility, especially on matters bordering corruption. Mr. Mahama is the only politician I know at the highest level who is incurably corrupt and visionless. There's absolutely no doubt about that. And I'll substantiate that.
Substantiate that.
In February 2009, at least according to the Federal Court report on the matter of the infamous Airbus scandal, the court established conclusively that Mr. Mahama, as early as February 2009, was in constant email conversations with officials of Airbus. Alfred, we've all read the Crown's report, the decision in France, and that of the US. And we have also listened, after a series of investigation by the special prosecutor, that it was established clearly that Mr. Mahama was the man designated as government official one. And you know how it is? It was this man who used his brother, named as intermediary 5, to receive bribes worth $8 million through a funny company registered in Spain. And that funny company took $3 million out of the money and remitted over $5 million to Mr. Mahama. It was not just a matter of the Airbus. And indeed, if we were in a democratic culture that works efficiently, Mr. Mahama should not be leading any political party into any election. This is a man whose reputation as a corrupt man is known locally and internationally. In fact, in a BBC interview, he was asked clearly, have you ever received bribes? He dilly-dallied and said and posed a counter question, whether as human being or as president. When Dr. Bawumia spoke at UPSC, he proudly declared as human being and as vice president that he is not corrupt. Indeed, civil society leaders, and I'm going to give you an example. The executive director of Media Foundation has expressed an opinion on these two key individuals in our politics. First, in the case of Mr. Mahama on the Airbus.
Are you talking about Suleiman
Abrema? When he was interviewed on Joy FM.
When?
After the news, the scandal broke out. He was interviewed on Joy FM.
Which scandal?
The Airbus scandal. I'm coming. So he was asked. Then he said that at the time of the scandal, the only elected official on the Armed Forces Council was Mr. John Dramani Mahama, and he was convinced that the court referred to Mr. Mahama. In the Charles Eduboahin's case, this same man expressed the view that as far as Dr. Bawumia is concerned, he is reputed as a man who is incorruptible. This is an individual expressing his views about two individuals. Alfred, for the first time in the history of our nation, that a sitting president, according to an attorney general, contemplated investigating Mr. Mahama for corruption allegations in the purchase of the embryo jets from Brazil. It has never happened. Indeed, President Mills, according to Martin Amidu, went on to set up a 3-member committee to look into the procurement acquisition which Mr. Mahama championed. So as far as Mr. Mahama's integrity is concerned, he should not be seeking political office. As for what was said by Team Dufour in their petition to their General Secretary, out of deference for the office he once occupied and respect for, I will not read that. But when we are talking about a man who lacks credibility, Alfred, between a man who is perceived as being a liar and a man who has a reputation of being corrupt, in 2009, in the British House of Commons, an MP named John Dramani Mahama of having received bribes from the Amajaro company. You remember the Amajaro cocoa scandal? Mr. Mahama was named in the British House of Commons for having received bribes. Such is the character that Sammy is passionately defended as a man of integrity. Such is between the two individuals, I would, and Mr. Pebo said that he kept referring to Sacred. If he has read the treatise of Sacred well and is clearly convinced by the, between the two individuals, we know the one who desires public resource. Mr. Mahama has demonstrated time and again. Before he exited office, it's public knowledge, he gave over 50% of our bauxite to his biological brother. When we came, we terminated the contract. They fought it all the way to the Supreme Court and lost.
Hey, Omunyi vice president before. Eti yehwe ne yepese ye di omututu a yebehwe tamwa former president Mama ye vice president ne record. Anytime a Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia so ye vice president ne record. Former president Mama as vice president no. Edi empa na Ghana for the bekai. Say oye innovation bia as vice president no ye de bekai say oye vice and all this ade we buy. Njame na meka unkai bibia ade a ye bekai ya ne say former president Mills esuma ne say onkoto plane emre sojafo eme koye manso kese a corruption kese pa bem embraya Egypt fokoto omudie $80 million no Ghana fonko akoto omudie 250 yeti committee wo ho so omunhwehwem ewi ase omuso omumo ye fittings bi wo inside net dey sa scandal no chrono scandal kese pa president otiso ati committee say you investigate on one vice president. This is what we will remember him for. Yebekai Airbus once. Airbus, not from President Mama, no or your vice president. Apart from those corruption scandals ne sisi here nunti ni di bibemu no. Yenya STX Korea STX deal. Ye kofa STX free Korea buy. So misi dan che Ghana for. Edana wusi no obesi ewia ansa na yetua neka edanu mu adanu mu ton no na yede betua neka eni se Ghana tua hwe eko wi asre na Ghana kotua $80 million e de ama ST service eno so ho asem by the same vice president no na ye head of that committee eno na yede be kai eno pe uye no free ho a just say there is no innovative idea be Rebecca say former president Mama vice president na odi sa idea we buy we is scandals here make am wasem here na afa Euroget Eurogate project a hospitals a former president Kufuor started na makumako 9 vice president president this share vice and say hwe na sa hospitals no yen to aso na kirisi Ghana trace ke bia contractual agreement no ya wi a Eurogate start isi dan no na so ekowi ase na sika kodi mu a ye tue sika asan akoma ye se ye tue sika ma Eurogate former president Mills oti ase a na nyeye ena no so oti committee wo ho the same vice president yes I home investigation sa no ma we pe ena de be kai former president tamu ano ye vice nanso Bawumia anya hwe kura no sa bri so bo vice president Bawumia din as at the time or vice president no ma oye ya obi beka digitization obi beka drone delivery obi beka Ghana card ho asem obi beka health insurance utimi tena ofie register obi beka passport utimi tena fie apply for passport obi beka driving license utimi tena ofie apply for driving license. These are things we will remember Dr. Bawumia for yankai cry beka drones. Oh, even as governors, former President Mama, the governors from 2012 to 2016, what record did he leave? Record Ben Ojai. Former President Mills, economic growth of 7.9. As at the time of Mama, former President Mama, Ebi Free Abansono, now Atiaba former Baye 3.4. Former President Mills, inflation single digit 9.8. By the time of former President Mama free so no, now I say inflation no man could do 17.5. These are your records. Now Greek at the time of former President Mills, now a grow at 3.8% per annum. Former President Mama be free so no, now from 3.8 no, now agriculture grew at negative 0.5, negative 0.5. These are your records. So we are gonna need intellectually you want to sit down and analyze these two candidates. It is not difficult at all to choose the one who will make Ghana better. Nyamishu bibia share video no bobi ehubi Ghana be kwatrikwasi obeche wede ayati ni. Look at these records and see. Say any person yes the omission and sa what will happen? Maybe also ba enyuma eye metwaso nyuma eye metwaso Ghana Kumasi to Accra road. Former President Mama, president, that's how kwan da why yenye, ne kwan ayasha sedada. What was me be some what was Eurogate project here, ye can 9 hospitals, a move akukure ni ho timi commission. Time, suwane, year, yebe commission, nanado, and buy no be we and sana wo commission. Kumasi affordable housing project. 8 years from President Mama ye vice be ye president na say dwuma no wo ho a ye nyeye woto aso wanto aso na do ba ye no be wi sa project. So what are we talking? Eti nipa no record wo ho dada se Ghana for pay ye ho asem sa de o ma ko hye ne sa na ya na ye pa because the records are there clear. Bibie ni ho a wosomu a che se oba ye otumi ye ni ye nyame hire nyina medamu nyina ase mumma Bawumia mbirikate no na beboa Ghana nyame hira medase Ghana be